Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Record of Lodoss War. I'm your host, the game Medallions, and yes, this is a bonus episode because I got stuff that I really want to do. So, first and foremost, yeah, we're going to do a little bit of looking for that last medallion, and turns out it is actually located in the hills of Lodoss. You see this this little corner right here? Yeah. Do I have keys? I do. And of course it's a ring of stone. I have yet to manage to get... Alright, really quick though. I have yet to manage to get the regalia of evil there down at the very final room. Because what happens is that you have to go around, hit the things, and destroy them. And the first time I did that, I completely forgot about using like lightning magic and whatnot. So I went down there a second time, blasted it with lightning magic from the sword, and that took a while to do. And then the enemies themselves were bullshit. We're talking like they had 3 Medusas, and the mithril golem that was there actually does far more damage than than the previous 3. To the point where I had used all of my potions, and because I had lightning blade enchantment on my sword so I can shoot lightning out of it, I could not heal in any other fashion. So after having done that, also it turns out when you destroy one of those pillars, it removes your save point and your teleport. So you have to destroy the final boss again in order to go forth and, you know, do that noise. Who's missed this soundtrack? If you continue here, you must be able to bear 240 tortures in order to open the seal. Oh, right. I put away the... Hold the phone. Good start. I'm pretty much planning on making this into a long... Nope, not that one. A long series of, not series. A longer video. Pretty much just to encapsulate everything that I've done in this venture. From, this shenaniganry to hope. And I will be trying to take on the dragons. But it probably won't be for this episode because I attempted to take on Nurse itself. That was pain. So what, I gotta destroy 400 or 240 monsters or something here? Not entirely sure what that had meant. I mean, I'm able to do it. Look at me. Alright, busted being able to take on some of these guys. I've so far maxed out my Dragon Buster. I do need to max out some of my other buster abilities. And there are ones that I'm missing for Nars. Because I want to take on Nars. Just exploring, because this is around this area. And, okay. Is there anything else here besides golems? Oh, hello. Dirty pool. Heavy plate. Oh, really quick too. So, I went into the cold caves again because that was, quote unquote, the best place to get money. And sure enough it is, but it's also one of the most insufferable places to exist. Because monsters will keep on spawning there. Including, but not limited to, Medusas. And there's centaur monsters there that actually end up paralyzing you. So, they're not paralyzing, but petrifying you. And that's what we like to call no bueno. I'm pretty much maxed in most of my armors and abilities and such. But I don't really want to risk it, and so I'm gonna alternately magic up my sword.
What type of weapon? Yeah, you need to be looking for a magic spell to be forged into the weapon.
Was it already in there? Rockbuster, that's right. Because that's a stupid amount of damage. But I like being able to heal. I wanted to kind of record the cold cave, but the problem with the cold cave is that it is balls ass hard. And I was in there for like 2 hours every single time the map resetting. So it didn't like shuffle around or anything, it just reset. And a butt ton of monsters just constantly respawn, including the Medusas, which was not a good time. So if I did record it, it was just going to be mostly me yelling and swearing and dropping F-bombs. So, hope you understand that. Anyways, here's a bunch of magicians. Not the best magicians, are they? Yep. 1 damage. Not the most challenging one, but then again, I think I was supposed to be at this bit, way back. I couldn't even tell which magician was which one. Ooh. Now this is the last of the dungeons. So we can pretty much say goodbye to having to delve into these. Just want to check in the corners, making sure I'm not missing anything. All good, all good. That was the 30th medallion. Hello. Medieval blade. Curtails assault time. To tune this sword properly, you should use the ancient magic of assault. Excuse you? Storm of magic. And that's it. That's all that's here. Blech. So wait. This thing... 1% chance to crit, 68 damage, 1 times critical damage. It's got a fast speed, but a shite impact. Ancient magic of assault? The hell you want about, game? Watch and be amazed as we never return here. Now, I did find a rather comprehensive guide about, well, like, of all the guides I was looking at when it came to this game, this one I found is actually hecking good. I like it.
What type of weapon shall I forge?
Alright.
Is that all?
Hey, pick up some lockpicks. Alright.
What would you like?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Now I'm just curious how strong my sword is were I to replace it. Not that strong at all. Use the ancient magic of assault. See, that just still confuses me. Oh well. I'm gonna quickly save, and then we're going to sample what happens when you give the 30th medallion over to Marilla. I mean, I know what happens, I just haven't seen it happen, so we shall see. And at the moment, not planning on fighting Nurse at the moment. That'll be its own separate video, because it might take a little bit longer from when this video is released for that to happen, but still. Alright, we're saved. Ah, I see you brought me a present. Let's see now, how many medallions do you have? Oh, the final medallion. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Quickly, give it to me. Alright. Alas, I have all the medallions. The key is assembled. You fool. Your greed shall be your undoing. You are so focused on my treasure that you have ended your own life. What? Let me tell you, murderer. When I was young, a terrible green dragon came to Marmo and terrified the population. The ancestors of the Dark Elves made huge sacrifices, but finally they sealed the dragon in an enchanted prison. To be sure the dragon could not escape, they transmuted the key into 30 sacred medallions and hid them all around Marmo. I know that what Roussel did was wrong. He had chosen to serve Cardis, and his destruction was his own providence. But I'm still his grandmother, and the last of his kin. It is my blood duty to avenge him. I'm old and weak. I could not possibly defeat you, but I know something that can. Incarnation of evil, I present the key to your prison. You are free. All I ask in return is that you destroy this man that stands before you. Well, is this fight gonna be almost exactly like the fight against Nars? Yep. Yep, pretty much figured. So I found that there is, really quick when it comes to the dragons, I found that there is a sweet point right between their wing and their haunch that their fire breath does not get hit by. Problem is trying to get there, because if you try to just walk towards it, the dragons will just fly away. However, if they're breathing their fiery breath, you have just a slight chance to get in there and chop out their legs for just a brief of moments. And again, you cannot use your heavy boots in order to stop being tossed to the side. Otherwise, I would totally be doing that. And right now, I don't know if such a thing exists.
What type of weapon?
But I've not found resist fire. I might try to make that into a quest of mine to find resist fire, because being able to not take damage from the fiery breath, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Other than that, though,
What type of weapon shall I?
hey folks, Post Darius here with a little bit of an announcement saying screw that noise, because I actually tried to look up some more information and whatnot when it came to the dragons, and turns out that that's an endeavor that I don't think I want to really endure. You see, the thing is that each of the dragons, both the green and the black dragon, have somewhere around 150 million HP. According to the guide that I've been looking through, give or take 50 million. So, could be 100 million, could be 200 million. Regardless. And the most damage that they have been able to report is somewhere around 78,000 some odd damage. Now, I've only been grinding for roughly 5 or so hours by the point of me recording this post thing, and turns out that I need to pretty much max out a bunch of abilities, max out some abilities I don't yet have, go down into the cold caves and get a couple of abilities that I do, which, screw that noise, and then I just gotta grind the money up to get those abilities. And then I can possibly get the amount of damage that the guy that threw the guide. So, I bathed this out, assuming that you get a good couple of hits in, and RNG is in your favor, and it takes roughly 30 seconds to bait the dragons into doing your breath weapon, smacking them, letting them fly up into the air and come back down, breath weapon, repeat, repeat, repeat. Let's say that takes 30 seconds to do. I still would require to do 2,000 hits with that sort of damage on it. And let's be generous and say that I have my speedy ability that allows me to make 2 hits per landing. So, you know, generous. And I mathed it out, and that took something, according to my math, if my math is correct, you times 1,000 by 30 seconds to make it 30,000 seconds, and then divide that by 60, and then again by 60 to get the number of hours. And that's something like 8 1/3 hours in order to slay one dragon, assuming that is you know, assuming that 150 million HP is the amount of HP it has. So, yeah, I'm not doing that. As much as I would love to be a Dragon Slayer in this particular game against these particular creatures, no thank you. So, yeah, I'm gonna toss it back to past me, and he's gonna do his little outro. And pretty much everywhere I found suggests that the best way to make a load of money is going to the cold caves and destroying monsters and picking up loot that you find there and refining it rather, because it's all like 5,000, 6,000, sometimes 8,000 mithril. Problem is, again, that place is really, 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 really hard. Even with the anti-petrification stuff that I had equipped, I found myself getting petrified and lambasted by Medusas and those centaurs and a bunch of golems and stronger monsters the further and further I went into the cold caves. So yes, it is viable if you don't mind dying a few times. You can recall back and just get all your healing done, but if you find yourself in a situation where you're pinned against the wall and there's like 3 Medusas, you're gonna just have to teleport back the old-fashioned way. And maybe some point I'll try to get those the regalia of Cardus there at the ending. Again, the hardest part is trying to survive that final one while still having enough supplies to face off against Cardus herself. And part of that problem is that you can't use anything that is in your sword because you need some sort of good ranged options to hit the thing. And it's either that or you just blast it with magic, and then you wait for the magic to recharge, which can take 10 minutes to get enough magic for a single cyclone. Typhoon? Whichever one, the strongest of the wind magic. And even then, you have to... those pillars have quite a bit of health. And, so I legitimately waited like 3 hours blasting it with magic, let it restore to 30, blast it again, restore, blast it again. I know that I could have brought potions, I could have brought, you know, something on my helmet that would have helped, but bleh, I did not. In any case, I'm going to go ahead, call an episode here. When we return, if I return anytime soon, it will probably just be dragon fights. Dragon fights with the dragons, because dragons are cool. So thank you everyone, once again, so very much for watching this series. It was such a blast. I would really recommend that people try this game out on their own if they liked regular Lodoss, if they like Diablo-style games, if they like just RPGs. And, if you're up for the challenge, because this game is difficult. Not hard. Especially not overly hard, but it is difficult. And getting to those special new areas and fighting the new bosses like the dragons and whatnot, those are cool. And I can't wait to actually be able to beat them. So, thank you everyone so very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next adventure. Take care. Cheers.